Hello everyone, VanguardOfValor here, and welcome back to another episode of Banished here in the town of Xanadu. Things are going on quite nicely here. We have ourselves a new trader. Let's see what he wants to offer us. Looks like he's got coats, wool, ale, and leather. Unfortunately, he won't take herbs and probably won't take food either. So we're probably not going to be able to trade anything with him. Let's put some fish in here and see if he'll take it. Nope. He's not interested in basically anything that we actually have to sell him. We could give him tools and clothes, but those are kind of more valuable. We have a surprisingly large amount of alcohol stored up too, which is interesting, because up until recently, every time we get alcohol, it gets used up almost immediately, but apparently not this time, which is interesting. We might actually have a stockpile of alcohol building up, which is a very valuable trade good and is generally pretty useful. We have a lot of crops and animals coming in here now. This farming area has really expanded in the last little while. But we are still waiting to have our population grow so we can actually use up some of our massive food surpluses. Because, oh boy, do we have a lot of surplus food. We're building up a fairly large supply of sheep and chickens because we're trying to get that extra wool, mostly. Having the chickens around is just an extra way to experiment with larger chicken farms, since up until now we've only used 10 by 10s, which are pretty tiny. But overall, I'm not too worried about all this mess. We'll see what happens. So far, it's looking pretty good, though. I might move some cattle into one of these as well, but since cattle take up more space than sheep, I doubt that a 13 by 13 farm will be large enough to make at least 10 cattle, which is kind of a requirement if you want to be able to split that population into a different farm. Either way, as it is now, we're looking pretty solid, so I'm in no hurry. Our farms are looking pretty good now that they've got an extra barn to bring things to, although since that barn is full, it's not working out quite perfectly. But at least it hopefully will change things a little bit for us. We might need to add more people to our markets, or just add more market space, since we're really capping out on storage space. That might be a good idea to do soon, because otherwise this is going to continue to be a problem for us. And as our food doesn't seem to be really dropping significantly at any point here, it's going to keep being a problem for us unless we do something about it. Now our mine looks like it's finished. Fantastic. Fantastic. Our mine is finished. We have a way to get iron again. So we're going to need to do that. We have very few free laborers now, which is a bit of a concern. But we should be able to make that up a little bit. Also, we're low on fishermen because of dropping the numbers there so we can have more free laborers. I think we'll do the same with our gatherers temporarily. Drop them down a couple. Is there anything else we can easily reduce by a little bit? We could reduce our foresters, but I want to keep our tree income up high. It's looking pretty good right now with regards to what we actually need. And we have a whole bunch of farmers who are going to be free, but I think our main goal here is just to put a couple people in the iron production. That'll do. Hopefully we get some more people who age up soon. We have 31 students currently, so they should be getting old enough to do work soon. And let's get some more. I kind of want to make more of these farms have sheep in them. But I don't want to dedicate too many more people to the job. So if we come over here and split this sheep farm, that should give us even more. Here we go. And we could even do another one if we really wanted, but I'm not too concerned about that just yet. We'll leave it as it is for now. But yeah, we definitely need some more storage space. So I think we're going to put a market over here, which should help deal with everything in this area. It's going to infringe a little bit on these guys' space, but honestly at this point I think it's more important for us to have the market area, because what I'm thinking we do is we take our market and we put it about here-ish, because that covers all these buildings. There's nowhere for me to really put it over on this side because of the way things are arranged with these mountains and with the sea level and all that kind of thing. I don't want to put it over here or anything. Not that it would even fit over there either. So it's just generally inconvenient. Apparently a lot of those buildings are capped out. I'm going to have to look at that in a second. Our food is capped out because we've reached above 30,000. Yeah, I think if we put our market like here, it does use up some of the space they want to use, but it also covers a lot of ground and gives us a nice big market area. So I think we're going to put a market in here. I'll put a road in beside it to make sure that it is easily accessible. There we go. It's going to take us a while to have the resources to actually be able to make that, but for the time being I'm not too worried. Right, this is all food gathering and herb gathering. So the food has reached 30,000. I might actually stop it there for now. That is a lot of food though. Everything is stopped production, because we don't have the space for anything else. We really don't have the space for anything else. So hopefully this winter we eat up a lot of that stuff and then we'll be able to keep working. Our mines should very slowly start producing iron, since we have a only 3 workers in there, it's going to be very slow to do anything, but at least we have some workers in there, so it should happen. And then once we have some iron, we should be able to use that to build our market to deal with our massive food overages. I wonder if they still gather the wool from these guys if the cap has been met. I don't know. I do not know. Well, I guess we should boost up this cap a little bit. We don't want to have all of our production stopped. Look at 40,000. That's a small boost, right? We do really need to get this thing built, though. Having access to this other market will really help our ability to really be able to deal with our production numbers. There we go. Just boost the priority on that a little. That should get people over there working on it. We only have 1 free labor, but it's winter, so we should have a whole bunch of extra laborers, while the farmers and people who don't have a job to do right now. I know storage for produced goods is near capacity, and by near capacity you mean basically at capacity. We're working on it. We're working on it, game. We just need iron. Lots and lots of iron. I think what we'll do is we'll drop our stone cutters again so we can get our iron production going faster, because right now that's what we really need. We'll drop our stone cutters down to like 4 each, and then bump our miners up to 15 if we can. Drop it down to even fewer. Miners, go. Alright, we need more adults. That's definitely a problem. We were up to like 170 in the past, and we've dropped by about 30, which really reduces our ability to run all these jobs at the same time. But if we can get more iron production, then we should be okay. Building another mine would be a nice thing to do once we actually have enough people to run them all. But for now, we're not too worried about it. We just need to get some iron production happening. Alright, looks like we've mostly cleared out the market. There's only 1 laborer really left to do this work, though, so it's not looking too good on that front. We've got some herbs as well, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, alright, well, like I said, that does kind of infringe on gatherers' huts and hunting cabins and foresters' lodge and herbalists, but we need one, and it's a good space to put it because it accommodates all of this territory. So that's fine. Our herbalists are near capacity too, which I believe makes them temporarily act as laborers when they're not doing their official job. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Pretty sure that's how it works. Either way, we're actually getting some iron at last, so that's good. Got a couple little pieces here. And that's better than no pieces. So with that, we should be able to start work on the market, get ourselves up and moving again, get our storage space expanded. We are very slowly using up some of this food, but I think we still need more population to really eat into it at any reasonable rate. Seems that way, although our tools are definitely dropping fast, so we are going to also try and build another blacksmith. I think we're going to try and build another blacksmith near the mining area, because this is where all our tools are really needed. So, that should be in resource production. Yes, it is. Blacksmith, there we go. Stick another one of them down. I could put them over here beside the other one. Yeah, why not? Put our blacksmith neighbors together. There we go. There we go. And that should be fine. So, once we get both of those finished, we'll have no iron again for ages, because it's going to take a ton of iron to get all those things built, but whatever. The problem here is the laborers, though. Without any laborers, it's going to take even longer for these things to get started. Not that it makes a huge difference, because we're still waiting for the iron anyway, but still. Let's drop our hunters down. Actually, I don't want to drop the hunters down. I want to have lots of hunters so we can get more leather, which we need to keep all of our clothes makers working hard. Because our tailors are trying to make warm coats all the time, and with 2 people, that leaves us up a lot of wool and a lot of leather. Alright. Overall, though, I think this is looking pretty solid. We got lots of sheep now. Lots of sheep. Good stuff. I don't think I really want to make another sheep pasture. I might leave this one empty temporarily, and we can move somebody into it if their pasture gets infested in any way. Which is always an unfortunate problem you can run into in this game. We're bringing the iron over nice and slow, so that's good. And then we'll be able to build that thing, and then we should have a nice big storage capacity boost. It would be interesting to see if we had somewhere that would tell us what our maximum storage capacity was. Like, I don't think we have that. Anything here that tells us what's the most we can store. 93% educated population. That's pretty good. 100% clothed. Nice. But yeah, I don't think there's a way to see, like, storage space. No. Oh well. Oh, these move around all the time. Every time we load up the game, I think, it puts them in a different position. It's kind of silly. Whatever. Whatever, doesn't matter. Let's keep looking around. I wish I could get access to all this material. There's a lot of stone and iron over there that would be really nice to have, but I could probably afford to gather this stuff because it's not on the death line over here, but I didn't really want to push my luck. Since we have a mine now, we might as well just use that. We have a merchant who's arrived, though, so let's see what he wants. He has corn seeds. I might buy corn from him. I was saying corn was the one I'd like. And a bunch of other things we don't really care about. He will accept herbs, though, which is amazing. So let's bring over lots of herbs. Inventory, herbs. Let's go up to... Let's take 700 herbs. There we go. That might take a while to actually get there, but if we can get them, then we'll have a massive, massive supply. I think we will temporarily reduce the number of fishermen again, so we can have more people working in the trader, so we can get this stuff organized quicker. 700 herbs is a lot, but it's also a lot of good trading value, so we can get some good stuff out of him if we need it. I could even probably afford to use more herbs, because we never drop below 1,000 with all of our herbalists now. So that should be fine. We need to have more homes soon too, though, so we can keep growing our population. Not sure where I'll put them, though. Might put some more over here somewhere. Not really sure where, though. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how it's going to work out. Now, what do we got in here? Still only 200 herbs, that's fine. I think we need like 500 to actually be able to trade him for the corn, because this only gives us... Oh, it's almost all there already, wow. And 625. Perfect. 625 is enough to get ourselves the corn, which is great. We'll trade for that. What else do we want? We have some more herbs that are there. Actually, I should stop them from bringing in as much again. We only want a little bit now left. Go for 200 again. Okay. And... we're up to 510 already. Holy cow. What else do we want to buy here? We can buy some more tools, because we are dropping down tools very quickly. The rest is just food we don't care about, and alcohol. I could buy some coal if I wanted it, but I don't think I really want it. I think buying some more iron tools is the best thing we could do for ourselves here. It gives us the highest chance of not getting in serious trouble later. So... we're people hungry. If we put ourselves up some iron tools, put ourselves up some herbs... I only have enough to buy very few. Oh, there's some more. Good. Up to 200. That should let me buy 100 tools. Perfect. Trade. That should make sure that we don't run out anytime soon, despite our iron deficiencies, and we'll drop our necessary... No, we'll keep it at 200. Keep the necessary herbs at 200, and we'll just reduce the number of people working here, because we don't need that many anymore. Excuse me. Ugh. I apologize for all the coughing lately, but I have been sick for like 4 months. Ooh. Well, I guess 3 months now, since January. I'm getting quite tired of it. Anyhow, here we are, so let us redistribute our laborers a little. We need some builders to actually build this stuff. And we need to put people back in the jobs we've been removing them from, like fishermen and whatnot, stonecutters. But until we can really do that, we need to have a population grow again. So, for the time being, I guess that's where it's at. But we are dropping food pretty significantly. We were about 30,000 before, and we're back down to only 25,000. The thing is, each summer we get fall, we get a massive harvest, which really pumps up our food levels again. On the plus side, now we have corn, so we can reorganize what's going to grow where, and add some corn into it. I wonder if corn looks interesting, like the pumpkins do. The wheat. I think the wheat is one of my favorite things to grow, just from the appearance of it, although the pumpkins are pretty funny too. Alright, well, we're maxing out our storage capacity again, so that's a thing that's happening. We need to get this blacksmith up and running though, otherwise we're going to really run out of tools in a hurry here. Even all the tools we bought only brought us back up to 143 apparently, which is a little bit less than I'd have hoped for. We have a good amount of iron now, but it's getting brought over here very slowly because we have very few actual laborers. Oh, there's one of those people carrying a A wheelbarrow again. That's so weird. So weird. Also, the sneeze there. I had to mute the microphone for a second. Alright. Storage is maxing out again. We're going to lose more of this harvest because there's nowhere to put it. We should be fine though, it's only autumn. We have plenty of time left. We should be getting a lot of wool now. I wonder what our wool production is in the year. Let's go check that out over here. Production of wool. Oh, it doesn't show wool. That's annoying. It shows everything else. Food and herbs and clothes and alcohol and coal and whatnot, but... Oh wow, we only produced 13 and used 99. No wonder we're having a problem with our tool consumption. Not having access to that iron to make things was definitely giving us trouble. Wow. Well, we'll keep at it and hopefully we'll be fine there. It says the reserve of iron is low. No kidding, game. No kidding. It's because we're constantly using it for stuff. I wonder how much iron is in the blacksmiths. That's 17. I'd rather they actually focused on just one location, but I guess I shouldn't complain. Also, you can see here that the middle fields do not get harvested very well. Everything else is pretty much cleared out, but those middle wheat fields did not really get what they needed. Alright, well, we're going to probably reorganize the fields this winter, so let's do that now. We're going to make this one be... No, that can be wheat. That can be wheat. Those can stay pumpkins. These ones will be... No, these ones will be corn. Corn, corn, corn. These ones will be wheat. Wheat and wheat. These two will be corn. And corn. And these middle ones can be pumpkins. There we go. It doesn't make any difference really what you put in these places, but I'm just moving them around so that you grow different things at different quantities each time. Over here I might change things as well. What do I want to grow over here? We're still growing lots of wheat, pumpkins, and squash. You know what? Let's just change it up so we're getting all four things grown over here. There we go. Looks good to me. And overall, we're doing okay. Our cemeteries are slowly filling up. We got a lot of students and children being born, so that's nice. Gradually they'll age up and we'll be able to put them back to work in our various locations. We kind of need more mining so we can get more iron, and eventually I'd love to be able to get iron and coal, but for the time being we don't really have that as an option. That looks deeper than it was. That slope looks definitely deeper. Maybe they do actually dig out as they mine. That's cool. I was hoping they would. Aw, Dickie the miner died. Oh well, at least he died of old age and didn't die from a cave-in or something in the mines. That seems to be how those guys always go. Alright. Look at all those animals. We have a massive farm here. Not many cows. I should maybe make some more of these, but this is really just for the beef. Oh, you get leather from them though too. Oh, that's right. Maybe we should make some more cow pastures. Getting more leather is important too if you plan to actually make coats. So with sheep and cows you can make warm coats like that. Huh. I hadn't even thought of that. We're definitely going to need more cows at some point then. Get some more reliable leather production. Alright, well, overall things are looking pretty good. Estefani just died, which is unfortunate. But we have plenty of people to replace them. Our market's going up at long last, thank goodness. Once that's done, we shouldn't have these constant storage problems, although undoubtedly we'll have some fairly soon after that. Given how much we actually produce over time. We'll see, I guess. Our storage there isn't so full anymore. I'd love if they could, like, clear out these barns, though, because the whole point of having these barns was to help speed up the production, and if there's no space in the barns, it's going to make things difficult. We had a whole bunch of deaths just there, though, which is unfortunate. Our population's still growing. It certainly is still growing, but it's not growing at super high speed. Our blacksmith is going up, which is good, because we're down to only 92 tools. We really want to try and avoid having a major tool shortage if we can help it. Good thing we bought that 100 tool from that trader, otherwise we'd be at a serious deficit right now. Alright, he's back in here. What does this trader have for us? Iron tools, hide coats, wool, leather, and steel tools, but he's not interested in herbs. Well, I could trade him 1-to-1 for alcohol, but I'm not sure if I really want to get rid of our alcohol right now. He doesn't seem to want herbs or food, so that's going to make it a bit more difficult for us to do anything else with him. We might come back to him in a bit. First of all, though, let's make sure we get this other stuff finished. There we go. Market is completed. One of our workers should cycle over to this in a second anyway. But just in case, we're going to reduce the gatherers more and make sure we put some people to work in here. Why is nobody cycling into this location? That's weird. Still says 0. There we go. There we go. He obviously just wasn't ready for that yet. Alright, that should help deal with our storage capacity problems. And apart from that, things are looking pretty good. We're actually getting some iron produced, which is good as well. Once we get more iron, we'll be able to build more houses, which is basically our goal right now. But we also will be able to make more tools, which is pretty important too. Alright, once this construction is completed, our blacksmiths will be able to really keep up with our production a little bit better. I should probably try and make some more cow farms. Just not sure where I want to put them. Maybe put them over here, make them a bit bigger. We made 2, like 15 by 15 cattle farms over here. That would give us a lot more cattle. Although there's a hill here, isn't there? Yeah, there is. It's going to get in the way. Nomads have arrived. Hello, nomads. How many of you are there? Looks like there's a lot. 24 nomads requesting citizenship. Yeah, okay. Welcome aboard. Don't give us diseases, please. Alright, they're going to take up a lot of space in our boarding houses, no doubt. Oh yes, that's a lot of people in the boarding house. So, we're going to need to build some more houses in a bit of a hurry then, I think. Otherwise, all these workers are going to be for nothing. And somebody was just killed by a cave-in. Sorry, miners. Nothing I can do for you about that, unfortunately. That is just one of the dangers of working in the mines. There's the corn. Alright, I wouldn't say that's as nice as the wheat, but it's interesting still. Plus it's corn. Everyone likes corn. Alright. Corn on the cob is delicious. What are we going to do with all these nomads, though? We should really put them to work in some different places. Some of them should probably go into the stone cuttering. Stone cutters again, so we can keep our stone production at a decent level. Not super high, but at least something. What else needs more people? Foresters. I should put people back in the jobs I've taken them out of, especially since we have a larger population now, so they're going to need food faster. Uh-oh. What do you know? I was just talking about how we didn't want to get any diseases from them. We just caught scarlet fever. Time to turn on the hospital. There we go, hospital. Deal with that as quickly as you can. So, let's put some people back in the gathering professions, back in the fishing profession. Here we go. And we'll keep 3 people free for various jobs. 5 people free for various jobs, rather. Alright. Where is our scarlet fever person? Oh, it's a child. Aw, Xanadu. You're 7 and you caught scarlet fever. Don't go home, go to the hospital. We're on 1-10 speed. Was it on 1-10 speed for long? I think that was a result of scarlet fever, actually. Get yourselves to the hospital, sick people. Go. Go to the hospital, then no one needs to die of scarlet fever. The quicker you get there, the fewer other people you'll infect, and the happier everyone will be. There's 3 victims of scarlet fever now. They should be fine, though, because we do still have a lot of herbs, and we still have a hospital up and working already to help deal with the sickness. I'm guessing we're going to wind up by about 5 people in the time it takes these 3 to get to the hospital. There's 4 already. Come on, go to the hospital. Don't go to your homes. Don't go past the hospital. Go in the hospital. Good, there's 1 person in the hospital. 2 people in the hospital. Uh-oh, now we're up to 6. Come on now, sick people. Go to the hospital. Don't you go anywhere. Don't go to church. Don't go to school. Go to the hospital. Looks like the capacity for this place is pretty massive, which is good, because all of our sick people are now in the hospital. That's pretty good. Okay, looks like we've dealt with another infection without any real problems. Our hospital may save the day yet again. Awesome. Alright, in the meanwhile, let's get somebody else working here in the blacksmiths, because we need more production of tools. We have a good amount of iron coming in now, though, which is extra nice. Down to only 4 sick people. Hopefully nobody dies from the disease this time. That would be lovely. Our population is pretty high now, though. Let's check what we're at. We are at 237 citizens. Fantastic. Alright, well that should be good. Oh, Cassandra the brewer died of scarlet fever. Well, we lost one person to it, but hopefully no more, because everyone else is contained in the hospital. I wonder if the physicians are likely to die from that kind of thing. I don't know. Apparently they help increase the health of citizens even inactively, though, so I might just leave them active in there. Uh-oh, down out of laborers. Okay, in that case, we're going to reduce something again so we have some free laborers in case anybody else dies. I guess we reduce our stonecutters again. We don't need a whole lot of them right now. We're down to 6. Give us a couple free laborers. Oh, there's another sick person. Thankfully they made it right to the hospital right again. Alright, we're down to only 1 sick person. We've almost passed this plague. Fantastic. Scarlet fever, not so dangerous after all. Not so dangerous after all. The hungry people made it back home, no problem. We can get some corn now at last, which is good. What do we even do with corn? What other foods can you make alcohol out of? Apples, cherries, berries, peaches, pears, plums, and wheat. Huh. It's all fruit alcohols and wheat. Interesting. It's actually really interesting, because it kind of makes wheat the best thing to make alcohol out of, because all the rest of them take trees, which means that you can't produce as much of them as quickly. Or so I'd imagine, anyway. Alright, well, our town is coming along nicely here. We've capped out on students, though, which means we need to build another school. Alright, let's come build another school, then. I could build one over here, but I think actually, I could build one right in there. That would kind of be nice. Will it fit? If we can build a school in there, I will. Oh, look at that. Fits perfectly. Alright, build a schoolhouse there for all these homes. That'll be good. Make things a bit easier for people to get around. They don't have to walk all the way over there to get to school anymore, or all the way down here to get to school anymore. There'll be a school right in their area. Expanding the schooling district. Perfect. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of free laborers to build it. Ah, boy. We need more people to grow up. We've already passed the cap, but we still have 50 children. Holy cow. That's a lot of kids. And we're still growing up our food. We still have more food than we need to supply. That's crazy. Alright, I want to build some more cattle pastures, though, like I mentioned, so we're going to do that soon. Somebody else just died of scarlet fever. Holy cow! Scarlet fever outbreak got crazy all of a sudden. How are we at 21 sick people? How are we at 21 sick people? We had 1 for a while there, and they were in the hospital. How'd that outbreak get worse? 25 sick people. What are you guys doing? Get in the hospital. Wow, this might actually get out of hand here. Jeez. Get in the hospital. Crazy people, what are you doing? 24 sick people again. Wow. Hopefully that doesn't wind up being a real problem, because that's annoying. I'd be quite upset if our population got murdered by scarlet fever at this point. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. More people are dying of old age. We have no free laborers anymore. Well, that's no good. Alright. At least they're dying of old age and not scarlet fever, though, so I can't complain too much. Let's reduce our fishermen again and our gatherers again, because we can get a lot of easy people that way. And we don't need the food production that much at the moment, so I'm not too worried. Crazy, though. We were down to 1 person who was sick in the hospital, and suddenly, bam, you have 25 of them again. Is that everybody, or are they still wandering around the map of places? They are wandering on the map in different places still. You silly sick people. Get thee to the hospital. Jeez. How are we supposed to fight this plague if you won't go get cured? Alright, well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens with it. Luckily for us, we have a lot of medicine, and we do have that hospital, which is helping, I think. We might need to make another one somewhere else on the map, though, so they don't have to walk so far. Hadn't even really considered that up until now. The travel time might be part of what keeps making this a problem. Somebody catches the disease somewhere, and the time it takes them to walk all the way to the hospital, they've spread it to a ton of other people. A lot of chickens here. Alright, we have a merchant at the trading post. Let's see what he has for us. Sheep and cattle. No, thank you. Too expensive. We can produce them ourselves. Done only 11 sick people. Nobody else has died of scarlet fever as far as I can tell. So we're doing okay. Let's just dismiss him. You can leave. Oh, there we go. Spoke too soon. Furman the child died of scarlet fever. That's sad. But we're down to only 10 sick people again, so we might be able to deal with this without too many more deaths from the disease. Oh, there's another one. Winthony the farmer died of scarlet fever. I guess I spoke too soon. Is this already full? No, it's at 55% though, which is getting pretty full. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. Hopefully this disease gets dealt with quickly though. I'm not really super keen on having more people die for no good reason. We have plenty of stone, gradually getting more iron, but not really fast enough for my liking. Come on, sick people, stop being sick. Why are they walking away from the hospital? Go back to the hospital and get better. This is okay, this is our first major disease. Up until now, all the diseases have been super easy to deal with. They have not lasted very long at all. But this one's given us a run for our money. It's not killing a lot of people, it's only killed like 3 of our population so far, but it is persistent and refuses to go away. I'm probably going to end the episode soonish. I'm just waiting to see if we can get rid of this disease or not. Although it doesn't look like it wants to go. Up to 65 graves in there already. Jeez. Well, our iron is still producing. It's not producing at a great enough rate though. I don't think even make up for the tools we lose. School is at a maximum, but then again we're almost done this school, so we'll be able to accommodate more people there in a second. Put another laborer in, because why not? Hospital is helping cure people all over the place. Down only 5 sick people again. Hopefully it doesn't go crazy and spike up all of a sudden. There are only 4 sick people, but none of them are in the hospital. Well, our medicine has done its job, I think. I can't really complain on that front. Get this thing finished, you sillies. I like that you can pause construction, though. That's a nice little feature. If you start building things and you want them to prioritize certain ones, you can pause the construction so they build what you actually want. I like that feature. Our cleric died of old age. Aww. Alright, well, let's get started on building some more church space. Or rather, more church space. More big pasture space for these animals. I think if we build... Where is that one that's here? If we tried to build pastures in here, what's the biggest we could make them? I could probably make one enormous one like this. 20 by 16. That wouldn't run into the hills, I don't think. Actually, we could basically build in all of this space, which is interesting. Starting from there, this is all valid space, so we could make some pretty big ones, I think. Might have to experiment with actually how much space we have in there in a second. Oh, somebody else died of scarlet fever, but scarlet fever has been defeated. It is gone. Good. We had 4 deaths to it, but it no longer is going to bother us. Exactly what we wanted to hear. And pop another teacher in there, and we have more school space now. We can take up to 60 students, which is crazy high. Alright. Looking good, looking good. I guess with the death of that disease, we're probably going to end this episode here. I'll quickly double check time, but I'm pretty sure we're at about the right time here to end, so I'll check that now. I thought correctly. We are in fact out of time for this episode, so thank you very much for watching, everyone. Vanguard of Valor has been the person you have been watching, and he apparently doesn't know how to speak anymore. But regardless, that has been today's episode of Banished here in the town of Xanadu. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. We've defeated the plague yet again, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Until then, bye-bye.